Hello there and welcome to Love Audio's YouTube channel. My name is Paul Webber. Great to have you along this evening, this afternoon, this morning, this night, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are watching this from around the world. Please do let us know in the comments, especially if you are new here. Please type new in the comments and we'll be pleased to shout you out. Now, what is Love Audio production all about? Basically, it's a safe, fun, friendly and hopefully entertaining and informative platform where you can learn the basics in audio production. So if you guys are on board with that and are okay with that, give it a big thumbs up. And we'll get cracking. Love Audio. So as we always do, we'll shout out some people. Hello to Rob Thomas is in the house. Hello to you, Rob. Nice to see you this evening. Thank you very much indeed for joining. Hope all is well at your end over there in the States. And I know that you guys have you currently caught us up, so you're now 4 hours behind instead of 5. But then at the weekend, we do our clocks, and our clocks go forward another hour. So we're going to be back to the 5-hour thing. So, so the streams from next Monday will be 8 p.m. BST, British Summer Time, as opposed to GMT, Greenwich Mean Time, right? So just bear that in mind when you are when you're clicking the subscribe button, and make sure you click the bell icon, because that then will let you know in your own time zone when we're going live next, which is generally 8 p.m. on a Monday evening at in the UK, of course, of British summertime. So, Rob says daylight savings time is really screwing us up over here. Isn't there something in the pipeline where they want it to be abolished? Did I read that right, or was that just like fake news? I don't know if I read that right or wrongly, but anyway, it may have been one of those cheap tabloid newspaper things, and I probably read it cheaply. I don't know, whatever. But anyway. We're back to the program, and as you probably gather from the thumbnail that I put up earlier on, we're looking at the software called Presence. This is the Presence XT, and yes, I know I've not deliberately, but accidentally spelt Presence wrong in my thumbnail, and that's the first time I've ever done that. It really is. Love Audio! So my sincere apologies for doing that. And normally I'm pretty good at spelling, and I just thought that Presence had a C in it, or 2 C's in it, for some strange reason. But anyway, I've corrected myself now on the introduction. Rob says, talking about the daylight savings time, I think many want it done or done away with, but has not happened. Yeah, I think. Well, the thing is, if you do it twice a year, right? So it kind of falls into line. But if you weren't to do that, let's say for instance, for like a year or 2 years as a trial run, would you end up with half the day being in darkness and half the day being in light and all that kind of stuff? Would it really, really mess the time zones up? You have to, obviously the scientists know more about it than we do, but, there's probably people there poring over data and things to see, well, would it work if we changed daylight savings time, or, got rid of it or whatever it's called, and abolished it completely? So, there'll be people thinking about it, no doubt, Rob, but whether it comes to fruition or not, I don't know. And then, of course, the rest of the world's got to follow. So we'll all be going, hang on a minute, it's daylight, but it's 8 p.m. at night. I mean, that does happen in the summer anyway, doesn't it? So I'm okay with that. It means we can party outdoors and stuff, and the barbecues and whatever else, doesn't it? Okay, so getting back to this evening's topic then, it comes from the Presonus Studio One 5.5 software that I use. And as you know, it's the DAW of choice that I use. And this is it, as you can see on the screen here. Now, this is the song that you'll recognize from last time. Let me put the fader up so you can actually hear it. It's not easy when you fall in love. That one. So what we're going to do is we're going to mess around with the software, which is, as I said to you before, the Presence XT. So I'll put that on screen. This is the software that we're talking about. This is the plugin, if you will. And it's what we call a soft synth. So you saw My Tai last week, which is that one. This is Presence that we're dealing with now. So this has got a whole raft of different settings on it. We played you the saxophone last time, didn't we? Which is cool. And for some reason it's not recognizing my keyboard, which is plugged in, but it's not working. Let's turn that on and turn it off again, as you're always supposed to do. So the Presonus has an S1. Oh no, $15 US subscription. Let me just read that comment again, Rob, because I did miss that. Presonus has a $15 US subscription that gives you access to everything. Very interesting. Yeah, it gives you access to the whole thing, literally the whole suite of software, which is pretty cool. Let me see if that's... Why is that not registering now? It's plugged in, yes. Got a USB plug on it, and I can do it via... This is interesting. Okay, let me just try something a minute. Hang on. Let's close that down. And maybe it's because I've muted it. Crazy fool. That's better. Yeah, so we were just messing around with that last week, weren't we, on the presets. So what I'm going to do is bring that up again, and we'll bring up something different. So let's just take a look at the presets here. We'll start off with artist instruments, because that's the thing right at the top of this drop-down menu here. And as we open up that, you've got a whole thing like bass, which is all of those. You've got combinations, so you've got analog strings and flute together, all that kind of stuff. You've got drum kits, so you can actually play drums on the keyboards as well as we did before. So you've got basic kits, Brazilian, Brothers, Classic, hand-built, all that kind of stuff all the way down there. Percussive kits, just tons of stuff there. You've got effects, so you can have, Apocalypse, Applause. Let's just click that, for instance. So wherever you press the key, you get applause. And obviously the higher up the keyboard, it's going to sound higher. Yay! Woo, woo, woo. So that's pretty cool. You've also got, if you were adding deliberately trying to add a guitar fret noise to your production, you've got fret noises like that, which is you can add those in afterwards. Do you know what I mean? So that's pretty good. What else we got here? We've got helicopter. And these are all, FM synthesis that they've built into these kind of things. You've got a noise slide, whatever that is. Just like white noise. Atmospheric if you're building, kind of a soundscape, that kind of thing. Orchestra hits. These were big in the 80s and 90s, so... See what I mean? So, yeah, that can be reconstructed very easily. Phase sweeper. Nice. Pretty cool. PM bell. Nice. I like that. Actually, it's yeah. And then you got should old acquaintance be forgotten, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, there's tons of stuff on there, so I won't drag on with that all night. So that's the effects. You've got guitar as well. So you've got acoustic guitar, clean guitar, country, distorted, electric guitar, muted, fine nylon guitar. Now what that means is the nylon strings that you can use on a guitar. So that's pretty cool. You've got heavy chorus guitar, jazz guitar, nylon again, overdriven guitar. So overdriven through a guitar amp, that would be the sound of. You've got a fat Les Paul, you've got a Strato, all these kind of things you can bring up on the keyboard. So for instance, if we wanted to go for, let's say, a fine nylon guitar sound, that would be this. Of course, I can't play guitar, let alone keyboard, so that's why that doesn't sound as good as it should do. Full Strat, now... Depending on where you play it, of course, that's going to sound different, isn't it, across the keyboard, so... Sorry, overdriven guitar. Like I said, that'd be like an overpowered guitar amp. And you have effects with that as well. So, for instance, you do. Like that, you know? Okay, so yeah, there's that. You've even got like a banjo on here as well, so. Yeehaw! All sorts of other stuff. So strato guitar. That's going to sound very different. Police walking on the moon. That's all you're going to get out of me today, which is fine. So that's fine on the guitar. You've got keyboards as well, of course, tons of that. So accordion, bandoneon, whatever the heck that is, church organs, clavinets, dynamic FM keyboard, electric grand, electric piano. Love the electric piano sound. And there are no effects with this. So you can down at the bottom here, you can't quite see that's off screen. Let me just try that for a second. And here you've got effects units as well. So if I wanted reverb, just click that on. Now you've got like. And then the more you're striking the keys, it gets more percussive. So it's quite soft. And then you go. Spirit in the Sky, roughly. Probably not the way I'm playing it, but it's supposed to sound like. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not gonna bore you with that, but you know what I mean. So there's plenty of presets on here, which is fantastic. Presence is the name of the software here, and like I said, we're just kind of flipping through some of these settings here. So if it'll let me out, I'm trying to do the wrong thing. Here we go. Sorry. There we go. Let's go back to that screen there, and that one. Yeah. So we're gonna just take a look at some other stuff. So you've got harpsichord on there. You've got organs left, right, and center. Rock organs, stage pianos, all that kind of thing. Wide electric piano, which is pretty cool. I've actually got somebody coming into the studio next week. She's booked some time to record herself playing piano, which is going to be really cool. So we've managed to find a beautiful piano sound from this particular software, which is excellent. So yeah, looking forward to that. Let's go with the combinations because I'm interested to hear the analog strings and flute and how that would sound together. So we've just dialed that up on the screen. We go to there. Can't hear much of the flute, can you? Yeah, there's not much flute going on there, I've got to be honest with you. It just sounds more like strings. So you've got piano and strings, and that's sometimes quite a good sound. So you can hear the percussion of the piano. You've got the beautiful strings behind it as well, so. It's not a bad sound. I like that. It's pretty cool. So you've got piano and voice as well. So that would be kind of a. I got a ooh going on there, so like that. Ooh. You can create some quite atmospheric sounds with that, which is pretty nice. String vox as well. I like that. One instinctively knows when it's not right. Let's try Dreamland. So it's a very percussive kind of harpsichord sound at the front. Hear that kind of almost like a hitting the strings with a hammer sort of thing, like a piano would. Like bing, bing, bing. It's like really quite sharp. So, you know, these can be for, you know, any you can call these up, of course, according to the song that you're producing, and then play around with these sounds until you're happy with them. But, you know, you could be here all day doing it. So I'm just giving you a snapshot of some of these sounds that are coming out of this fantastic piece of software. So, like I said before, you've got drum kits on here as well. So let's go, for instance, a basic kit would be... Each key, starting from the bottom C, would be that's your bass drum there, and you've got like a rim shot there. You've got like a drum roll. That's your. There's a snare there, and of course, the more you hit it, of course, the keys are velocity measured. So, in other words, when you're hitting the keys quite hard. You've got some toms in there as well, so yeah, some pretty good tom sounds. Some percussion. All sorts of stuff. You've even got like a bell tree up there somewhere. Like that. Pretty nice. No idea what that is. That's like a block of wood. There's probably a name for it, but I can't think of the name of it right now. That's one of those things that you drag the stick up and it's got like lines on it. So loads of symbols. Fantastic. Anyway, you can play for hours, as you know, and I normally do. So let's skip past the drums. We've gone through effects, guitars, keyboards, percussion, bell tree. So that's what we're talking about just now. That's kind of the lower down, of course, the notes are going to be slower. So and, you know, you don't have to have it that loud, of course. It'll be subtly in the mix of whatever you're trying to do. Excuse me, you've got conga and bongos. So you can create some really kind of, you know, ethnic sounds with these. Need more cowbell. Robert, you're absolutely right. If I could find the cowbell, I would. Hang on. Is it on here? Probably not. It's probably in amongst the drum kits. But yeah, just tons of stuff. And you've got reverse cymbal on here as well. So if you didn't want to create your own reverse cymbal in the software, you could just go press one key and go. That's a reverse cymbal. You've got steel drums on here as well. Now these would be fun, wouldn't they? So, hello, Calypso. Love that. And they've been recorded from proper instruments, so it's not like it's, you know, been manufactured within the synth. It's actually, they've been, you know, recorded as they are. So that's pretty cool. Steel pans, I'm assuming that's kind of the same. That's what I used to do as a kid. Love audio production. That's a classic Christopher Walken line from Saturday Night Live. It is? Oh yeah, need more cowbell. Right, that's where that comes from. I get it now. Brilliant. You remember 1970s? Mike Oldfield released Tubular Bells. Well, there's even a preset for Tubular Bells. I kid you not. So. Yeah. Vibraphone. That kind of thing. World drums. Yeah, you know, that's. Timbales. Timbales. That isn't what I was thinking of. I want I want those big, you know, those big drums that they bang with a massive great smacker, you know. Like boom, 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 boom. But that's like, it's not the same, is it? You know the ones I mean, don't you? What else we got here? World drums done that. Xylophone. Well, that's pretty cool. So that's a wooden xylophone with the sticks that you used to use at secondary school, you know? Fantastic. So yeah, that's all cool. And interestingly, I wanted to listen to the strings because there's a whole raft of things. So you could have a cello, contrabass, solina, viola, violins, all that kind of stuff. So let's start with the cellos, and we'll go with cello full. Okay? So here's the cello full. Beautiful. Hang on. No. Nope. Yeah. So. Bart! Wasn't me. Eat my shorts. So that's cello. So we can get rid of that. Then we've got contrabass. No idea what that is. So we're creating some kind of really mysterious, dark film. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good, isn't it? Wow. That's deep. Solina. No idea what that Solina is, but let's have a listen. Solina Space A we'll go with for a laugh. That's nice. Yeah. Selena, trumpet, and horn. Let's try this. That's a Selena, whatever that is. Violas, we kind of, yeah, viola full. Sad. Happy. Middle of the road. Terrified. Sad. Happy. Music's a wonderful thing, isn't it, when you can play it properly? And you've got things like, you know, pizzicato, staccato, tremolo as well in there. So all of that can be changed as well. Let's go with violin tremolo. So this is a violin. So you can build tension with that, you know? It's coming. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. So some really good sounds on there with regards to strings, which is fantastic. You've got something called a Rob Lee. Robert, he's not in the house, is he? Shame. Rob Lee's signature set. Now, what that means, I really have no clue. But Rob Lee has obviously put these things together. So let's just pick one or two at random. So we've got a bright saw. Now, a saw wave is one of those kind of sharp waves. So that's a really sharp saw. And it's got a bit of, if you're listening in stereo, of course, you'll know that. In my headphones, that sounds like I've got a wasp in there. Oh, the bass is good, isn't it? Oh, that's dirty. Nice. Love that. All right, what else we got? Choir girls. Nice. Deep analog. Oh, God, yeah, that is deep. If you've got a sub bass that's going to rattle your plates off the shelf. That one particularly. It's a lovely sound, though. It's beautiful. How about the intro to Jump by Van Halen? Yeah, we tried that, and I got copyright struck, and I'm no good at playing it either. Ask Matt Haas to give you a version of that. He does a brilliant version of that, so... Nice. I like that. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff on there as well. So, you know, this guy's put together some really cool synthesized stuff on here. So, New Moog. Sounds like Donna Summer's State of Independence. That's a beautiful sound. Bleeping copyright stuff, says Robert. That doesn't sound in tune. To me, that sounds like it's off compared to that. No way. Maybe it goes out of tune as you go up. Night bass, old string vox, panned voice pad. That might be nice. Oh yeah, that's definitely panned. Let's go back the other side. If you're listening with headphones on, that's... Oh, God. That goes right up my spine. So Van Halen would be... It's probably far better than that, but you get the idea, yeah. So that's pretty cool. SH101. A friend of mine used to have one of those. It's monophonic synth, so I can only play one note at a time. Nice. So yeah, you get the idea. There's plenty of stuff on there, and like I say, this Rob Lee has put together tons of stuff under the signature thing there, which is cool. Good effort on the Van Halen spot. Yeah, well, luckily it won't sound anything like the real thing, Rob. So there's no danger of me getting copyright struck on that one. Trust me. Blues harp. Now this might be interesting. Let's go with blues harp wah driver. Oh, it's blues harp. Yeah, okay. So they're classing a blues harp as like a harmonica thing. Because they've got a little icon there. I don't know if you can see that on your screen, but they've got a little tiny little icon showing the instrument there, and they're classing that as a blues harp. Never knew that. Interesting. Okay. You've got the saxophones on here we talked about last time. We've got clarinet. We do love a clarinet sound. Hang on, here we go. Here we go. So this is the Simpsons. Hang on, let's go back here. This is this is the Simpsons thing, yeah, with a clarinet this time. Beautiful sound that is. Love it. Absolutely love that. Concert flute. That could be quite nice, couldn't it? You know. You can almost hear the breath, can't you? Like going across the reed in the flute itself. A bit of delay on there as well. How's that going to sound? Some of you might recognise that. Some others do have them. So that's quite nice. Concert flute full. We like that. That's really good. And you got harmonica on there as well. We talked about that just now. Let's have harmonica vibrato. So. It's quite realistic, isn't it? I love it. Really nice. Really, really nice. So I'm just kind of demonstrating the power of this particular piece of software from Presonus. This is the synthesizer, by the way, called Presence. And if I get that out of the way, you'll see that the logo, there's the XT Presence just there. And we don't even need the keys, do we? So if you wanted the keys on there, that's fine. And you can just toggle that on and off there by pressing the button just there. So that one there, we'll get rid of the keyboard if you don't need it. If you've got like a keyboard underneath the desk like I do, then that's absolutely fine. Let's have a look here. Robert says, Dating myself here, I'm old. I remember when one needed to use patch cables and adjust lots of knobs on the old analog synths to create different sounds like that. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Robert. And that's what people used to have to do when they wanted to, kind of get a different synth sound. The big Moog synthesizers, or Moog as I call them. I think I'm not sure where they're made. I think they're in where's the Moog synth? I want to say Buffalo, New York, but I don't think it is. Maybe it's somewhere else. But anyway, the big Moog factory was in America, and they created these massive synths like the size of this thing, and probably bigger and taller. And you used to have to use patch cables in order to put it into different LFOs, like low frequency oscillator. That is, for those that don't know, and change all of the filters and everything by just plugging and playing with those things until you got the sound that you wanted, which is incredible. Nowadays, you just dial up a preset and away you go. It's absolutely brilliant. So anyway, that's that. I've got and just one final one I want to go over, which is Voodoo One synths. Now again, this is going to be presets that people have made, which is pretty cool. Let's go with sequences, and we've got sequence analog chord. So let's just go. Okay, that's okay. Let's change that. Sequence atmosphere pad. So a pad, as we described last week, would be a combination of chords played in a very kind of low, smooth, mellow kind of preset like that. This one happens to have a pattern created on that particular preset, so that's kind of, that would be playing that, and you can maybe incorporate that into a song or whatever, but that gives you an idea of that. Let's go with leads, and let's go with Balkanize. So the idea of a lead would be generally to play one note at a time. However, this is a polyphonic synthesizer, so you can play more than one note at once, which is fine. And on the middle of there, I'm pointing at the screen like you can see it, but in that grey box, you can see the amount of notes that I'm using. So that's using 4 voices. That's using 12. That's using 20. It'll go up to 64 if you want it to. You know what I mean? So, okay, that's not too bad. Let's go with analog chord. Let me just recap on those comments a second, Robert, because I might have missed a couple. Hang on. So let's have a look here. Hi, Paul, making music. I can dig it. Excellent. Thank you very much indeed. Matt, good to see you. And yeah, we mentioned you just now because you can do a much better version of the Van Halen Jump song than I can do. And Rob said, good effort on the Van Halen spot. Thumbs up, sir. Rob says, dead to myself. La la la. Rob Thomas says, Keith Emerson, R.I.P., was an absolute master at playing and composing music on those classic old synths. You're absolutely right. Yeah, Keith's custom Moog is legendary. Absolutely. So hopefully we've caught up on all those comments. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, like the Christopher Walken line from Saturday Night Live. Need more cowbell. I believe Matt uses that when he's collaborating with one of his other friends. They talk about cowbells and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. All right, back to the software then. Let's have a look here. We're looking at wrapping this up fairly soon. So let me just click on some of these finally. There we go. So we've looked at those Voodoo One synths. Again, they've got wind instruments here as well. So you've got the sax, the blues harp, the clarinet, the concert flute, the harmonica we talked about earlier on as well, which is cool. Vox. So you've got choirs, choir blend, ha, her, really? Yeah, ha, ha, ha. And you got huzz, apparently. More of a huh, isn't it? Ooh. Choir full to be a laugh. Nice. I like that. I love harmonies. I have no clue what I'm playing down here, but it sounds beautiful. And if I had more fingers, I'd play the bass note. Hang on. I had to do that with my nose. Fantastic. But you know, the beauty of this is you can record stuff and then add to it if you wanted to. So you create the MIDI file and then you can just record over that and just add more tracks to it if you want to, using the same preset. It doesn't have to be a different preset. And then you can just kind of build up your song from there. So it's just such a cool way of operating. So listen, guys, that's it for running through the Presonus XT, the Presence XT software, which is built into Studio One 5.5. And like Rob said earlier on, if you go onto the Presonus.com website, you'll notice that they do a subscription-based service. So you can get the full suite of software for $15 a month, which is cool, in my opinion. Really, really cool. If it had been around before I bought it outright in full, then that would have been no problem at all. I would have probably gone for that aspect of it. But I bought it outright, and I'm pleased that I did, and it does regular updates and everything, which is cool. But like I say, if you're struggling and you don't want to kind of flash out that kind of dough in one go, then they do have the Sphere program, which is $15 a month, and you get everything built into that, which is pretty cool. And again, regular updates. As long as you keep subscribing, then you get the regular updates. That's the beauty of it. Okay. So listen, that's it from me. I just want to recap on some of the things you can do. You can subscribe, of course, if you've not already done so. Click the bell icon as well. I'll let you know when we go live next. Our time zone changes next weekend. So next Sunday, our clocks go forward by 1 hour. So next Monday's show will still be at 8 p.m. UK time, but it'll be British summer time as opposed to GMT. Okay. You can also email anytime. That's hello@loveaudio.co.uk. If you have any questions you want me to answer, or maybe topics for a future stream, perhaps, then get in touch via email, hello@loveaudio.co.uk. If you want merchandise like the t-shirt I'm wearing, the I Love Audio t-shirt and the mugs and things like that, get yourself over to loveaudiosmerchstore.com. And if you want to check me out on my own website, that's loveaudio.co.uk. All right? All right, behave yourselves. Just a bit of hype there. All right, let's get back to that page there. Eventually. There you go. Which is cool. And say thank you so much for joining. See you next Monday night at 8 p.m. British summertime. It's going to be great. Take care, guys. See you soon.